Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Ocean Aquatics TV. I am your host, Freshwater Joe, and today we're going to be shining a little light on my top 5 favorite fish to do in approximately a 30-gallon aquarium. Here you see in front of me, we got the 4820. It's approximately 33 gallons from Waterbox Aquariums, and I'm going to give you guys some stocking ideas, in my opinion, what are great hardy beginner fish for your 30-gallon aquarium. Let's get into it. All right, folks, we're with you now over here by the aquariums where we're keeping these cute little critters. Today, I'm bringing it to you my top 5, like I mentioned before, favorite beginner fish for your 30-gallon aquarium. I'm gonna start with number 5, coming in with the flame tetra, or specifically, really, not exactly this one, but they're a great species and we had them in stock, but the entire genus of hyphessobrycon. These are a great, charismatic species of tetra that are great, ranging in size from about 0.7 inches to a little over 3.5. These fish do great in that environment of kind of that smaller nano size aquarium, and obviously depending on exactly their final size, you could maybe keep them in a smaller aquarium. But today we're specifically talking about the 30-gallon. So a ton of these hyphessobrycon species. For instance, here we have the flame tetra or the orange Von Rio. Looks very similar, a little color variant. These guys are great in groups of 5, 6, or 8 in that aquarium. They bring a bright pop of color, great schooling behavior that everybody's looking for, and they're just overall a really hardy fish. These ones here, we're looking at ember tetras, bleeding heart tetras. They get a little bit on the larger side, and other species in that genus are fantastic for my number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Moving on to number 4, my top 5 for these beginner fish here. Did I mention we're probably going to talk about quite a few tetra species today? Just a little insert before we move on to number 4, though you can see them swimming behind me here. All of these tetra species are going to take a wide range of parameters, which make them relatively hardy and easy to care for, regardless of what your tap water comes out at your home, whether it's well or tap, town water, whatever it is, as long as you're dechlorinating if it is town water. Anywhere from super soft 6.0 to really hard alkaline water of 8.0. Most of these tetra species will thrive without a problem as long as they have consistency. Moving on to number 4, like I said earlier, this is the diamond tetra, and forgive me, the Latin name on this fish is impronounceable. Here it is. Yeah, you can try and pronounce it for yourself. That's why I did. The diamond tetras are a fantastic, a little bit larger schooling tetra that you'll be able to comfortably house in a 30+ gallon aquarium. In a group of like 6 or 8, they're gonna press a little bit above that 4-inch range, but they're gonna give you that really awesome little bit of a larger schooling fish presence in the aquaria. And I absolutely love this fish, especially when it's in a nice planted aquaria. It really gives out these amazing colors, flashes of silver, green iridescence in its body and its fins. Believe it or not, I saw some absolutely amazing ones the other day that were set up in a planted tank, and their fins get this like shimmery purpley color, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. A fish that everybody overlooks because they just look silver in the store when they're tinier, but when you really get them up to their adult size, absolutely beautiful and really hardy fish. They're gonna eat on any pellet foods, just like the hyphessobrycons that we talked about earlier. Moving on, away from the diamond tetras, come in, check them out. Heading to number 3, baby, let's go. Hey, if you're still watching, you probably have a 30-gallon tank that you're looking for ideas to stock it, or you're considering it now. We interrupt you briefly here to stop talking about fish to put a little spotlight on our Week Aqua series lighting system and just kind of show you exactly how you get it from the box and what it looks like on the tank. Cut to the cool shots of how awesome the light looks while I struggle to put it together. We continue this promotion on the Week Aqua V series with a little bit of tidbits on it. Really great long cord so you can put it wherever you'd like. Built-in 6, 8, and 10-hour timer on the unit, and it just looks absolutely beautiful in its plant spectrum. Enjoy your Week Aqua on your new Waterbox 4820. And back to fish number 3. Number 3 on the list of top 5 beginner fish for our 30-gallon aquarium today. You may have guessed it, and you probably had thought that one of these fishes that look very similar to these here would be on my list of fish today, and you guessed it, you're right. The neon tetra. We have a decent amount of them in stock here at the store, so I had to include them. They are a fantastic, great, extremely popular, really colorful, really peaceful schooling fish that will just add that amazing pop of color to your home aquarium. The neon tetra, paracheirodon, these guys are widely bred in the aquarium hobby. These guys are really, really hardy, and they can take a wide range of temperature parameters, hardness, carbonate hardness, pH, etc. They're super, super, duper, duper, duper hardy fish. And that's why I'm recommending them today in my number 3 on the list. They probably should have been number 1 because they're the most common, but I'm putting them further down on the list. Anyway, pick up a group of neon tetras. You're not going to be disappointed. They're extremely hardy. They eat really well. They settle in fantastic. Get a group. My recommendation is get a bigger group. Do at least 6, 8, 10, or 12 is going to really get that really charismatic schooling behavior of these fish in your aquaria. We're going to jump over to one of the other aquariums up on the top wall and talk about our number 2 for today's video. Let's swim on over there. Now we have jumped over to the large wall over here, guys. Today, number 2 on the list. We're finishing. Thank you for staying with us. I appreciate it. We're diving in right up top in this 29-gallon aquarium. We have a group, it's a small group, of red velvet swordtails. Xiphophoros, hellerii, or hellerii. Anyway, wild type green swordtail. They have now been bred over hundreds of years to have these awesome different types of color morphs. Swordtails are a really great hardy live bearing fish that I find fantastic for the size of aquarium that we're working with today. These guys are going to be some of the largest fish that I would recommend for that approximately 25, 30, 35-ish gallons, topping out males at approximately almost 5.5 inches. From the tip of their mouth to the tip of their sword. Obviously, they're a little bit longer with that nice long caudal fin down the end. But anyway, regardless of their length, any of the fish in this genus do really, really, really well as beginner fish, and hobbyists alike get to experience the wonders of a live bearing fish in the home aquarium. I'm repeating myself, I'm being redundant, but the purpose of today's video is to give you a little taste of some of the fish in store today that are gonna do very well for you, whether you're first starting out or if maybe you're a saltwater nerd and you're interested in starting your first freshwater aquarium and you need some ideas because you don't know really where to start. So here is a fish that's absolutely perfect. That's why it's coming in at number 2. Probably really should have been number 1, but because of the features of number 1, we're putting her at number 2 here. The red velvet swordtail, particularly one of my favorite colors because of how bright they are. Alrighty guys, enough rambling. Let's move on back over to the neon tetra tank and show you our winner for today. Oh, here I am, back over at the neon tetra tank. I hope my magic trick worked. See how good Danny's editing skills are. We are finishing off today's video with the finale, the number 1 on my top 5 list. I've said that probably like 5 times now. Anyway, in this aquarium here, you're not able to visibly see them at the moment. We're gonna lay some footage over, but I wanna talk about a specific species of apistogramma today. Today, specifically, I have the apistogramma borellii in stock, or the yellow dwarf cichlid. I don't know why they really call it that, because they're more blue. Until they set up to adult maturity, they get the really nice bright yellows. But this fish is a fantastic, absolutely fantastic dwarf cichlid for the beginner 30-gallon aquarium. The borellii, there's a couple of other species in the genus as well that will do fantastic for you. But specifically today, we're going to be talking about them. Really hardy dwarf cichlid. They're not overly aggressive. They will get along in a nicely decorated rockscape with little caves that they can kind of dart in and out of and coexist in the bottom area. Oh, he's saying hello. There's the male right there and the female. Danny's gonna have to zoom in and post there. This male is setting up nicely, starting to get the yellow on his dorsal fin. Absolutely fantastic blue jeweling on them. But anyway, the target of this video, like I've mentioned 4 other times now, is these fish are hardy. Apistogrammas typically enjoy a little bit of a softer water, but when they are bred in captivity, they will accommodate almost any. And most of the species that I've actually talked about to recap today are going to do fantastic at that normal tropical community temperature of 76 to maybe 80 degrees, 78 being in the sweet spot there. And all of these fish species I mentioned today are going to thrive. Whether you choose to do all 5 in your aquaria, go for it. There's other species of fish that we could get into and mix in as you choose maybe one or two of the feature fish and the schooling fish in the aquarium, and then you can add in other bottom dwellers or top dwelling fish that may be a little bit more sensitive once the aquarium is established and have success. But I wanted to give you a good broad range. I know there's a couple of Tetras on there, but we did incorporate some live bears and now some Dwarf Cichlids. So with that being said, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's video of our top 5 with Freshwater Joe, and we'll catch you in the next one. As always, keep it fresh, baby.